Hello, school board members, and welcome. My name is Angela Kitchens, and I'm one of the school district technology specialists. And today I will be presenting our need to implement a district technology training plan. Recently, a survey was sent out to teachers within Prince George's County asking about technology use in their classrooms. These were two of the main points that I found to be essential to a need for us to have a district technology training plan. On the left, we have a pie graph that shows teachers' level of comfort with technology inclusion. As you can see, there was a split amount of 40% of teachers that were not comfortable including technology in their instruction, and 40% that are somewhat comfortable with using technology in their classrooms. We want to close this gap to 100% of our teachers feeling comfortable with using technology in their classroom for classroom instruction. On the right, we have a pie graph that shows some of the reasons why teachers are reluctant to incorporate technology into their daily classroom instruction. We see that there's a huge percentage, 70%, that say that teachers have a lack of training with the technology that is in their classrooms, so they are reluctant to use this technology. With our district technology training plan, we can close these gaps and bring them to a level of 100% of comfort with using technology, and teachers not being reluctant to use technology because they had training on the technology in their classroom. Many of the schools within our county have use of smart boards, which is another type of interactive whiteboard. We have very few of our schools that still use Promethean boards, as they have been phased out of our school system. These are some of the identified problems that were defined through a survey. So we have technologies in schools that are not being fully utilized or used for instructional purpose. We have interactive whiteboards that are being used just to project because teachers do not understand how to use their interactive whiteboards. They're not familiar with how to use the software that goes with the interactive whiteboards. We have a lack of knowledge and training with smart boards that have been placed in classrooms, causing a reluctancy of teachers to use their smart boards for daily instruction. And we have a lack of being comfortable with using this form of technology for classroom instruction. Based on the problems that have been identified, we now need to address the needs for this district technology training plan within our school district. Training and workshops need to be implemented to teach basics of using smart notebook software to our teachers and other educators that have use of smart boards. We also need to have training and workshops that provide an opportunity for these teachers to create lessons. It is not enough for us to train our teachers on the software of smart boards and then to send them on their way. Within these trainings and workshops, we need to make sure that these teachers have time to work with colleagues in similar content areas or similar grade levels, and that they can work together to create lessons using the software so they can use the skills before they go back into their classrooms and try to create lessons with the smart board to incorporate into their instruction. Furthermore, we need to make sure that once these trainings and workshops are completed, that we have follow-up workshops where teachers can come back and collaborate with one another and express concerns or issues they've encountered and get questions from the county tech specialists so they can continue to grow and become familiar with using their smart boards and the smart notebook software. With the district technology training plan, we will be able to have some teachers and administrators understand the basics of creating lessons using smart notebook software. I find that it is important for administration from schools to also be familiar with the smart notebook software and how you use smart boards, because these administrators have to evaluate their staff and on their effectiveness of teaching. So if they are familiar with the smart boards and the smart notebook software, they understand how these teachers have created these lessons, and even if they want to conduct a training within their schools, they now have the skills and they also have the familiarity with the Smartboard to do this. Also, teachers will have a greater understanding of how to incorporate Smartboard lessons. So with these trainings, we're not just teaching skills and teaching how to use the Smart Notebook software, but we're also tying the Smartboard into how can we reach Common Core state standards? How can we create lessons that will reach our diverse learners? Because we also know that it is important to have differentiation to meet the levels of different learning needs of our students. Lastly, in these trainings, teachers will be able to ask questions, express concerns, and make comments about the Smartboard and how they feel they can incorporate, or how they feel that they still need more training before they start to incorporate their Smartboards into classroom instruction. This is an important part of the training because teachers feel that they attend workshops or training and then they go back into the classroom, and sometimes they may come up with a question that they meant to ask while they were at the training. So, as stated before, that is why we need follow-up trainings and workshops to address these questions and concerns. In our schools, there are different Smartboards that have been placed inside of these schools. So if we look on the left, we have the Smartboard 600 series, and on the right, we have Smartboard M600 series. The 600 series is most likely in schools that have had Smartboards for a while, and the newer version, which would be the Smartboard M600, has not been phased in. So for some of our schools, we have Smartboard 600, and some schools have Smartboard M600. In either case, they use the same Smart Notebook software. This is to show you what types of Smartboards we have in the classroom. Now, you all know that these Smartboards are interactive, and that is to engage our students with their learning. So these are two of the types of Smartboards that are in our school systems today. With the implementation of a district technology training plan, teachers will have a higher comfort level with using their Smart Notebook software by having a familiarity and having hands-on interaction with the software and with creating lessons. Teachers will also be more likely to use their Smartboards for instruction after receiving these trainings because they have had an opportunity to interact with colleagues throughout the county within their content areas or on their grade levels and can work together to create lessons. Furthermore, student collaboration and learning goals can be reached through Smartboard use. By having the teachers become familiar, understand, and implement using Smartboards in their classrooms after training, students will now be able to work together with the lessons that teachers have created to reach their learning and instructional goals. In closing, I ask that you all consider that we implement the district technology training plan so our teachers can feel more comfortable with using their Smartboards in their classrooms. It is not enough for us to have them attend workshops and expect them to go into the classroom and easily be able to implement using the Smartboards in their classrooms. There needs to be a consistent training of workshops with this software until teachers feel like they are proficient learners. Just like we want our students to be proficient learners, it is important for our teachers to be proficient learners in using this type of technology in their classroom. I thank you all for hearing me today, and I hope you all enjoyed the presentation and have a good rest of the day. Thank you.